So really quick explanation of what a dilation is. In geometry, when I'm talking about a dilation, this is a transformation. And the basics of this transformation is it takes a shape and it makes it either bigger or smaller. So we might start out with like a little triangle, and based on the given transformation, just turn it in to a similar larger triangle. Or we might take, let's say we have a square here, big square, and shrink it down to a small square. So the idea behind a dilation is that we are changing the size of the shape, but we are keeping it similar. So when I am looking at a shape on a coordinate plane and I'm performing a dilation, I've got basic rules here. The first is that there's always going to be a scale factor. And for right now, we're just going to call the scale factor k in basic terms. And the way that our rule looks for this is we've got x, y, our original coordinate. To get to the coordinate for our image, I'm going to take my x and multiply it by my scale factor. And then I'm going to take my y and I'm also going to multiply it by my scale factor. And that'll give me my new point. So let's say on a graph here, so looking at an example here, I have this graph. The first thing I'm going to start out with is writing out my points. So this first point here is 3, 0. So to get my new shape, I need to figure out what my scale factor is. For this one, our scale factor is going to be 2. So my scale factor is 2. I'm going to do 3 times 2, which gives me 6. And then 0 times 2 gives me 0. That'll be my image point. So then the next point, this one up here at the top, my original point is 1, 4. I'm going to multiply that by my scale factor again. So 2 times 1 is 2. And then 2 times 4 is 8. So my new point is 2, 8. And then I've got that last point in the shape, which is at -2, -2. So 2 times -2 is -4. And then 2 times -2 again is -4. So now I'm going to put those 3 dots on my graph. And then at -4, -4. And my last point at 2, 8. Once I have my 3 points, I'm just going to connect the dots, and that gives me my image. So for a dilation, this one, we're making it bigger. We could also look at one where we make it smaller. So let's do that really quick. Okay, so here again I have an example, and this time my scale factor is 1/2. So I'm going to start by grabbing each of my individual points. I'm going to start down here at the bottom. That point is 6, 0. So to get my new point, I'm going to do 1/2 times 6, which gives me 3. And 1/2 times 0 is 0. So I'll have a point at 3, 0. Then my next point up here at the top is 2, 8. So I do 1/2 times 2, which is 1. And 1/2 times 8 is 4. So my next point is 1, 4. And then finally, my last point here is at -4, 2. So 1/2 times -4 gives me -2. 1/2 times 2 gives me 1. Then I'm going to put all of these points on the graph, so 3, 0. Then 1, 4. Then my last one is at -2, 1. Then I'm just going to connect my dots. And there's my image. It's half the size of the original one. So that is the basics of dilation.